I've traveled every road in this whole UP. I've been everywhere, man.
Hi, this is Jim Islip with MSU Extension, and this is What's Up at UPREC on December 11, 2020. Today we'll visit the farm shop with Joe Charlebois.
Hi, I'm Joe Charlebois. I'm the special equipment operator here at Michigan State University. I do all of the equipment maintenance, building, do a lot of cropping, operating during the summer, but as you know, right now we've had a great fall. We don't have a lot of snow, so we've been working on getting a lot of outside projects done, but it is coming time to where we need to get equipment put away, lined up for repair and planning on what needs to be done for it. So this is what we've been working on right now. We have our winter stagger combine put inside. We're doing some major repairs on that engine-wise. We have our Komatsu skid loader that we're going to be working on this winter. That engine got dusted, air filter issues, and it's a total rebuild on that motor that we're going to be doing over the winter. We do everything in this shop. We do full fabricating of cattle chutes, facilities, repairs, equipment repairs. If we got to weld anything, that's part of my responsibilities. We very fortunate to have a really nice setup shop. A lot of basic tools that every shop will have, you know, welder, presses, torches, and then, you know, just basic tools. So you don't need a lot, but been very lucky having that to be able to spend the winter inside and fix a bunch of broken equipment because it's just another farm. Yeah, my dad was Larry Charlebois, and he had a shop just down the road from here. So he would fix any tractor. He liked working on equipment, anywhere from heavy diesel engines to small Ford tractors. He's probably done hundreds of those, rebuilds and just full teardowns. Never restored them, but made them so they ran perfect. That's where I learned all of my mechanical skills. We grew up on a creeper in a shop, you know, fixing old junk, and that's I think that's a good lesson for a mechanic to learn, because you don't always have brand new pieces to throw on, and you got to do a little machining, mill work, make your own parts a lot of the time. That's how I was raised. I've been working on this farm when I was in high school, so I started in August of '88, and it's been a great place to work. I've really loved working here. Paul Nas was the manager of the station, and he hired us on to just throw square bales on the weekend or whatever. Then I started in as a high school worker, milking cows. Then I went to the crops lab and I worked as a temporary crops technician. Then I moved from that position to the existing position that I'm in right now. I've been fortunate enough to keep up with our equipment, and it's getting harder now. You know, budgets are tighter. We're holding on to a lot of equipment. We're not doing replacements as soon. It's going to put more responsibility on the shop to keep the equipment rolling and functioning. That's where the shop's going to play a big role again in these hard times where we don't have a lot of money. The combines, the planters, all the small research equipment is usually a hand-me-down from campus. We don't do as much research as they do, but you know, they're still the basic combine. They're going to do the same thing. They're just not as efficient. So this is our winter stagger plot combine. This will do all our small grains, soybeans, and we do a lot of malting barley projects too. So we really depend on this combine, and we had a pretty good issue with it happen where the timing belt broke, and this is a Volkswagen 1.6 liter 4-cylinder diesel engine, and when the timing belt breaks, it just quits running, and it's an interference engine, which means that could be the valves are bent, or catastrophic inside the motors. It's kind of like surgery, just kind of looking at it, kind of getting some prices together, figure out what we got to do to make it run again. We got a pretty good list of just the basic maintenance stuff also to do. Belts, they are, you know, seeing their age, and if everything doesn't function properly, the combine is going to fail. You're going to lose the plot. We have our hands full on this one right now. So this is our Regal metal lathe. It's a 16-inch swing. It's got a 3-foot bed on it. This is real handy when we're doing any kind of work on pins and bushings, loader buckets, any kind of pivoting point. If I got to turn round stock or polish up a cylinder shaft that needs some repair. So this is our Bridgeport. It's a milling machine, or could be a big drill press if needed. Last winter we did a custom air seeder. So we did a toolbar. We made the toolbar bat wing folding so we could be able to haul it on a narrow trailer, and we use this for a lot of the boring of larger bolt holes, and the lathes for, you know, making the bushings that welding onto the bat wing parts. It works really good getting all that done, and the toolbar turned out pretty nice having these tools to be able to do that. So we're in the back room of the shop. This is our cold storage area for winter storage. I try to plan how I put the equipment away. For one thing, on what needs service and maintenance over the winter, and then what's going to be coming out first in the spring. I got to do some work to our disc bind. Each cutter head or knife needs to be balanced out and cleaned up, gearbox oil changed out, check all the turtle shells or cutter heads to make sure that they're good. We got our round baler. I actually did a service on that before I put it away for the season to clean up all the debris on the rolls and buildup, so that get tucked to the back. The combine, 6620, that got put away and cleaned out and put away, so that'll be ready to come out next fall, really. So you got to kind of plan how you're going to lay everything out inside the storage area. But once again, it's nice having a good building to put your equipment away in, and it really helps the bearings and all the internals stay in good shape when they're out of the weather. The shed gets used all year long. Even summertime, we'll keep the grain drill inside. We'll keep you know, not every piece of equipment, but a lot of them we try to park inside just to keep them in good shape.
That's what's up at UPREC. Hope to see you again next time.
I've been everywhere.